to Unico 2087 in the Riviera Maya. This is the lobby where you come when you first enter the hotel. The check-in process does not involve standing in a line. In fact, you come sit in these comfy couches and someone comes to you to check in. It makes things nice and less stressful. And let's go ahead and check out the pool area as you walk outside the lobby. First thing that you see when you come outside is the buildings on your left and on your right. They are mirror images of each other and are set up in a horseshoe-like configuration with the rooms on either side of the different types. And then as you keep walking forward, this is when you're going to approach the first of the three pool areas that are available and accessible to all of the guests. One of the things that I like is that the pools each have a different vibe. So depending upon what you are looking for, you are going to find just what you need. This is the pool that is closest to the lobby. This is the one that is kind of in between in terms of noise. There's not a ton of music around here, but it's not the super quiet pool. You can see that there is quite a bit of seating as you go around and lots of shade as well. So each one of these chairs also has umbrellas that can go up as you choose, which I really appreciate so that you're not sitting there fighting over who is going to have shade when you are on vacation. They have both lounge chairs, couches, as well as round couches. So there's plenty of different options for where you want to sit. And then you've also got the towel hut where you can exchange your towels when they're wet. But each chair has these towels that the staff places on them so that you know that if there is a towel like this, that chair is available. And they're really good about picking up the wet and left behind towels from other guests so that you're not at a resort where you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning in order to get the towel that you want to have and the chair you want to have. This pool is to the left of the pool I just showed you. It is for the Legendary Club only, which is the members only club that is a timeshare. So you can see it, but you are not able to access this pool at all. It is lovely, however, so if you do decide to purchase a timeshare, you can go hang out there. This pool is the one that is furthest from the lobby and closest to the beach. You can see that it's got more activity during the day. That's a volleyball court in the pool on that side. And then to the left, right over here, is where they do some of the exercise classes like spin and water aerobics. And then there's also, again, plenty of seating over in this area for people to enjoy. This one is going to have louder music and other such things. And then in the back here, you can see where they have cabanas that are available for rent. When you do rent those, they have shade over them, and they also have food and beverage service for the cabanas. You will notice too that there are plenty of uh, employees walking around who are doing beverage service, but less so on the food side. That said, you can see this is not all taken up like so many chairs are in racing with people in the early morning. There is also lifeguard attendant area, so you feel a little bit more safe. Down this path is where you're going to access the third pool, which is the quiet pool. And once you come through that tunnel, this is what you are going to see. It is a very lovely pool. Again, there are cabanas that you can rent behind there. And this pool has its own swim up bar, as does the other pool I showed that was closer to the beach. There are bathrooms and they are easily accessible at all of the different pools, so you never feel like you have to run back to the bathroom. And again, there's plenty of seating here. There are plenty of places that have the umbrellas that you can put up or down as you choose. This is also where they do the floating water aerobics or floating water yoga if you want to do that. And then also each of the pool areas are going to have a hot tub that you can access. When you come down here, this is right next to the quiet pool, and this is another option that you can rent out cabanas that are a little bit more spacious and have more items inside them. So you can see that there are different couches in here. There are quite a few options as you come down this way. They have a great view of the ocean and a little bit of nice kind of seaside sound to them, which I like. They also include, in addition to the couch, a ceiling fan to keep you just a little bit cooler, as well as a bar stool or bar countertop to place your food, and a little bit more seating areas. These are also kind of the wings of the horseshoe shape that you were able to see. So these are the estancia rooms that are ocean view. if you want to stay there. Just gives you a little bit of view of what they look like. And then this is the other rooms that are in the horseshoe that face towards the pool areas all the way around on this side. When you are in these horseshoe-shaped ones, the first floor are swim-up rooms, and one of the things I really appreciate is the fact that these rooms have stairs that allow you to access the pool and your room easily, as well as lounge chairs, and you can kind of see little hammocks, as well as a couch for you to sit and hang out in. The second through the fifth floor, they have tubs on the outside on their balcony instead. Then this is going to be to the left of that main pool again, which is a second pool that is for the Legendary Club only. So just a heads up that you don't have access to that piece of it, but when you come back over this direction, this is where they've got the exercise area for you to do the different classes as well as the beach volleyball. And there's also basketball nets. And this is then behind there, the swim up bar that they have at this main pool, as I'm calling it, that's closest to the beach. And then this again, as you go further to the left, is where you can see there's another area that has more places for people to sit and hang out that are a little bit more exclusive for that. Legendary Club. As you go past the pool, this is where you're going to start to get to where the beach access is. Again, you are going to be able to come down this path here for another set of beach access, and this is where more of those estancia rooms are on this wing. Or you can come down this way and access the beach here, and this is one of where the restrooms are. So like I said, there are plenty of places you don't feel like you have to run back to your room all the time. So this is what the beach accesses will look like. You've got the lovely wooden bridge that comes up on and over that you can walk through, and right now it's red flag, which means that they do not want you swimming here. But you can see also that they have more chairs set up with umbrellas that you can access if you want to enjoy the beach. However, right now it's Sargassum season. It was not like this a week ago, but right now it is not the kind of ocean that anyone wants to go hang out in because you are wading through the Sargassum to get there and then in the water itself. It's just not very pleasant. But as soon as that ends, it's a short season. You never know. This is Mexico. It's the ocean. Nature does what it wants to do. This is a lovely beach for you to kind of go hang out in and enjoy if the pool is not your kind of place. There are plenty of snack bars and food, so let's start talking about those options. This is right by that main pool. They have a pizza oven here where they do pizzas as their snacks as well as empanadas. And then again, this is a full bar as well. And this is something that a lot of people have enjoyed their food there, from what I've been told. On the other side of the pool, this is a little snack bar as well that has a seating area. I had lunch here my very first day, and they had great options with all sorts of different kinds of ceviche. This is a great destination. It's open from 6 a.m. to midnight. It is just inside the lobby and offers all sorts of great coffees as well as pastries and such in the morning. And then in the afternoon, turns over to sandwiches and all sorts of other great stuff. Walking down the hallway, you can see this is under construction. This is where the French restaurant's going to be open in a couple of weeks, but unfortunately, it was not quite ready yet for when we were there. And then you have the Japanese restaurant that is called Mura House. They have all sorts of different great stuff in there, from sushi to hibachi and so forth. You are going to want to make a reservation there. Just like all of these sit down restaurants, it makes it a little bit easier for you to get the table at the time you want, although you can also do walk up if you want to try something different. You can see inside a little bit of what they look like from the different hibachi as well as the sushi bar. And then on the left-hand side, as you continue down that hallway, is Micarisa, which is the Italian restaurant. They are open for a sit-down breakfast in the morning, and it was actually my favorite or second favorite place to have breakfast between that and 2087. That was a restaurant that was outside by that first pool that's furthest from the lobby. And then you also have Cueva Siete, which is their Mexican restaurant. And that might have been my favorite dinner that I had on site. Be sure to order the Mayan coffee. That is something that I showed a video of how that works on another video, so go check that out. And then at the very end of the hallway, this is where they have the main bar. It's where they have the different nighttime activities from bingo and shows and other such, as well as the mixology class that we participated in here. So definitely make sure you take time to check this area out as well. They also have on the lobby the bar that is inside. It's air conditioned, plenty of space here. So it's a great place to kind of take a break in the middle of the day. They don't serve food here, but they've got a lot of really great and inventive cocktails. And then, of course, it's a hotel. So as you walk back down the hallway where the restaurants were, you can see there are all sorts of different shops from the chocolate shop, wine shop, different kinds of gifts that you traditionally will see when you might have forgotten your tote bag, your resort wear, your swimsuit. You just want to pick up something different. They also have a fine jewelry shop as well as sunglasses for the time that the ocean takes away your sunglasses from you. I did also at one point have video of the restaurant 2087 that is outside by that pool that's closest to the ocean, but of course it disappeared somehow. But that restaurant has a buffet breakfast and then it also has a sit down lunch and turns into a steakhouse for dinner. So definitely something you want to check out. And again, this is where we're heading back into the lobby bar. This has also pool tables at the other end of it where you can hang out and play. And then as you keep walking down that same hallway towards the opposite side of the restaurant, you're going to come up to Essentia, which is the hotel spa. They have a great salon where they can do everything from cuts, colors, men's haircuts, women's haircuts, pedicures, manicures, and so forth. And then they also have a gym right there. There's a great gym. It's open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you want to go in after 9 or 7 p.m., you just go to the front desk and they will go ahead and let you in. Pick this card up from your room. I did not notice it and didn't understand, but they've got an aromatherapy bar inside there. So you bring this in and they allow you to choose from a different set of items and different scents, and they make them for you. And then finally, this is something just to take notice of. Unico has partnered with a local charity to provide school supplies for children who otherwise would not have them. So consider bringing some new notebooks, crayons, scissors, folders, paper, etc. that they can use. And you can also donate as well if you want to donate monetarily. But this is a great way to kind of have your great luxury vacation and feel good about what you're doing. And finally, let me just again is Unico 2087 in the Riviera Maya. If you have any questions, leave me them below and make sure you subscribe.